Give
I
it to
think
us.
Geek Fam has a big advantage. That Akai pick was actually perfect to round up their drafts. They were just, they just needed a bit more CC. And Akai has very good clear as well. Remember the buffs towards Akai just recently. He's gonna have a lot. By the way, what the heck?
Whoa.
Yo, MPL ID production is smurfing right now. We're getting into the, oh, look at that.
Oh my god, it's the logo in the sky. Oh my god, it is MPL ID playoffs.
It truly is, and what an amazing way to begin! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the opening match of the playoffs here at MPL ID Season 12. Geek Fam and Dewa United going big or go home, because whoever wins this match will have to say goodbye to their playoff run.
Wow.
Best of 5. 3 points is what they need.
They need it all. 3-2, 3-1, 3-0. Both these teams could definitely be looking at a clean sweep. But let's talk a little bit about the draft here. But first, I want to take a look at the emblems. Niall has gone for concussive last year. Will help him in the clear department a lot, as Lanaya actually opts to go for Impure Rage, getting more versatility in the way that he can play here with that Impure Rage because of the sustainability that you get from the Impure Rage. Mana, HP, when you're full mana you get more HP, but here, yeah, he's definitely going to be using that mana. With an Akai on the opposing end, it's very smart to go for the Impure Rage. The Akai can invade and take your purple buff away from you.
We've also seen various layers of Angela and the choices of balance that they utilize. But here, Beloyski goes for something that we saw earlier on in the season, but kind of shifted. It's quite interesting.
That focusing mark, right? We usually see that Brave Smite,
Yep.
even a lot of different choices to go for. But recently as well, in my ranked games, most of the supports have just been going for focusing mark. They've been actually utilizing this to get some of their laners ahead in the 1v1 matchups, to give that focusing mark, especially to the marksman. But we can already see Niall do exactly what we were talking about, invading in the jungle, using that clear. And he's already setting up for perhaps the turtle with the team, rotating bot, Chidera, weak side.
At this point, everyone is just setting up for their respective lanes here. You can try to see Geek Fam also giving some pressure in the mid side, looking to start setting up for that neutral objective chase. With Beloyski in a 3v1 actually, very aggressive on an Angela at the moment, but luckily he isn't punished just yet.
No spells popped pre-turtle. Let's see here. Geek Fam and Dewa United. Chaco cloaked down to a half HP. Flickers out of the way. It seems like Geek Fam, they have won the trade. Penalty zone flicker. Turn towards the board, but take a look at the hard guard here. For Boy as well, just to zone out members. Alaya, Petrify connects. Boy finds the first blood. Chaco now low HP, but with the passive Luke finds another. 2-0, and the turtle is for Geek.
That's a lot of early game power from Geek Fam, something that I really wasn't expecting. I didn't really see it coming. A boy being able to pick that up and having that advantage, but a little bit more is something that they want here as they go in for the buff.
Retribution on point? Question mark? No, Lanaya still gets it. Weaving with the heavy spin. Niall there whiffs the red trade.
That was clean, man. I mean, from Geek Fam, mostly in that mid lane. Let's kind of dive deep into what they did right. Beloyski left alone. The reason as to why they did that was, again, they didn't need to really have any setup for Niall. As long as Luke has that lane priority in that XP lane and Niall's on the turtle, it's done. Niall on this Akai, this is why Akai has really risen in priority. Tier 1, heavy spin.
Circling Eagle with the help of Lanaya will now be able to take a boy down. A boy with the stolen. Circling Eagle still escapes.
So that's their answer to the Mathilda. When you have the Valentino, when you can just steal that ultimate, that very annoying ultimate, you can get out. And even Chidera on this weak side, what makes him so strong is he has the hard guard ready, right? Let's say there's a 3-man gank. He has a sprint, he has that heavy crossbow, plus the hard guard. It's very hard to try to burst this guy down.
And later on, he will build towards the Haskell's, right? With his
First item.
Will make him more sustainable in that sense. Geek Fam 1,000 goal leaders first 4 minutes in. Seems like they're A-okay controlling the game.
And we completely forgot to talk about it, right? A boy. I like that you mentioned it because we were talking about, you know, Niall being a pillar for Geek Fam, Beloyski being a pillar for Geek Fam, but the fact is, a boy has also been performing exceptionally well in the regular season, and the facts are, he's the one so far who's been kind of been able to anticipate and predict the movement of the enemy. And here we go. Oh, very interesting between Shaco and a boy here. But he's the outlier in this early game. And he's going to be very important in this next turtle take as well.
Lanaya has no orange buff, stolen away. Luke pops the black dragon form here. Zoning members, Petrify connects. He's caught, immobilized, taken now. Luke might find another, as in the backside it will be now mostly controlling Turtle. Lanaya looking for the steal, but the heavy spin will lock him down, and Nile finds the retray. Dixon penalty zone, no follow-up damage, but Dixon will escape. Circling Eagle with Chaco just to escape. Geek Fam wins another trade.
Masterfully done by Geek Fam. The way that they're able to utilize all these ultimates, it just feels like Dewa United have been completely outdrafted. It feels like RQ versus Dewa, the final match of the season, Game 3, if you remember that. Full dives going on with the Angela helping out with the hard guard, and there's nothing Dewa can really do. They can just take it or go for a 50-50 commit, which isn't even going to be 50-50. It's going to be 100-0 almost every single time.
Here we go. Already some action in the top side. A lot of pressure as they're looking to pressure Chadera in the top lane, but with the backup coming from Beloyski, you see that it hasn't been possible just yet, despite being in a 1v3 situation.
Remember what I said, man? Again, Chadera in this weak side, it's a weak side that's very deceiving. Usually with a weak side gold laner, it's very easy to pick off. There's going to be a lot of ganks, offensive maneuvers to pressure the Irithel, but even in the gold differences that we saw earlier, Irithel's in the lead. Chadera is outclassing Watt in the lane, mainly because of this team setup. Beloyski.
Oh, good Astral Echo opening up for Geek Fam will concede that trade, that rotation. Still, 2,500 gold lead. I like what they're doing. They know they have the lead. They do not have to rush anything. They will pick their battles, but it seems like Lanaya will go all in. Good knock, but Lanaya finds the kill in the back lines. Beloyski has not the flicker in hand. So, yeah, easy kill.
Now the question is, can Geek Fam still work without Beloyski, right? Because now we see a different shift in priority from Dewa United. The fact that they have kind of gone from maybe pressuring Chidera in the gold lane to try and create and eliminate that setup from Beloyski first. Can they adjust from the side of Geek Fam without Beloyski if they keep going for this exact same route? There you go, look.
Oh, Astral Echo, Chadera with the help of Hardguard will sustain a bit. Shaco flickers out of the way. In the back line, Shaco will fall as the turret falls as well. Keys flickering out of the way. Watts flickers as well. As Geek Fam, the re-engage does not mount to anything. But in the mid lane, let's say, Naya v Nile. It's just a jungler here going at it.
Well, now we get to take a look at the game fact, but hold up. Dixon, that was a bait by a boy. Well played. Geek Fam's greatest achievement was the runner-up in MPLI just last year, utilizing this lineup, just with Jana Cutie, not Nile. So it really shows you that here with Nile, they kind of revolved their gameplay and evolved it quite a bit. To answer your question, Eterna, can Dewa United adapt? For sure, they can adapt. They can try to charge at Beloyski. But if they do that, that's a lot of time already burnt out, a lot of resources burnt out for the roamer. So it's a lose-lose situation. You play front to back, you lose out for the hard guard, like this.
Oh, good penalty zone. Hard guard pop as well. Stun. Oh, Chadera will be taken out. That's a huge dub for Dewa United. Let's see the re-engage. Watt, torn apart memory. But Kaze will fall as well. It's a 1-for-2 now as Beloyski will be taken out. Watt, in the midst of it all, will be taken out as the heavy spin locks in Chaco. It's a 3-for-2 for Geek Fam.
Oh man, and all the while you can see Dewa United, they're still looking for something on the board. The fact that they went a full 3v2, Lanaya was able to get a tower in the mid side. I believe that that's a good trade.
For sure it was. I mean, it's only Chadera who is 0-0 at that time. There was no bouncy for Dewa United, so that 1-for-3 will definitely be worth it for Geek Fam. And even the kill there was actually taken by Dixon. So it's not any of the Prio members that you would want the gold on, Kaze and Watt. So for Geek Fam, again, that's the main problem. That hard guard distracts and buys so much time. When Dewa tries to burst Chadera, it's not fast enough, and the rest of Geek will be able to fully capitalize on the fact that Dewa have utilized all their resources to target one.
But the question is now, despite Geek Fam still having a little bit more control. Nile is a little bit behind of Lanaya in terms of EXP. He just hit level 12. We would expect that maybe Lanaya could find a loophole in getting 13 first to have more of an upper hand in this Lord fight.
And that's what that was the point that we kind of made, where Lanaya has kind of lost that macro-centric gameplay in the regular season. It seems like from what I've seen earlier, he is making a lot more of those adaptive decisions on the map. When the team goes up top, fights, he makes his own decision. He thinks for himself. He goes and clears to be on the same level, or maybe even ahead. Like you said, 13 to 12 now against Nile. That's going to be something he desperately needs, because if it's a 50-50, Nile has the heavy spin.
I mean, to add to that, right, if we're talking about the situation here, 11 minutes almost. Seems like Geek Fam, they're not really confident still. They're still being very patient before pulling the trigger.
They are. They don't want to make the mistake, right? I mean, at this point, if Geek Fam find that proper opening with Nile's setup and a boy, it really is going to go in a very different way that Dewa United would expect. Who should be the main threat? But Geek Fam, they're actually going for this without setup.
Active from the side of the Geeks with the hard guard as well. Anaya almost caught. Puncture and torn apart memory there. Wasn't popped yet. The Lord, it'll be taken by Nile. It's gonna be collapse here. Dexon with the penalty zone will not be taken out just yet as Geek Fam finds Shaco by the bush. Geek Fam holding on. They got the Lord and they got a kill.
They won everything from that, just from the damage alone. Was that a missed position from Dixon, or what happened there?
It was Geek Fam outclassing Dewa in the macro game, in the vision game as well. They saw that Dewa were split up, because that's the only thing that they can do with this composition right now, right? They can't go in for a head-on clash against this much CC, this much survivability, and at this point, this much damage. Look at that TDS already for Chidera in the 11th minute of the game. Again, that level lead for Lanaya. It's still hard. You would expect with level lead, it'll be more 50-50 than ever. But you're against an Akai, you're against a huge song with Petrify, and a boy. Talk about this man. I think if he continues to play like this, he deserves the game MVP. He has been the shadow carry in this game, splashing damage when you don't expect him to.
And even just CC and everything going on the board as Luke goes in.
Well, Luke to zone the members of Dewa United. Geek Fam, they play discipline. They look for just turrets. They got the base turret top lane, and they look for another. What a play. 6,000 gold lead now. Dewa United looking for a fight here. They need to be careful because the minions, they're still super minions.
Who is this? Who are we looking at right now? Is this really Geek?
Oh, let's see here. Luke looking out of the way with the Furious Dive, but the damage will fall through. Shaco. Oh, take a look at the burst damage provided by a boy and Chidera.
That's burst. Literally, 100 to 0 by Irithel in the 12th minute of the game. This has completely gone south for Dewa, and for Geek Fam, it's their dream game. They got the draft that they wanted, and that Lord advantage speaks for itself. The tower damage here. It's not just the damage, but the target acquisition. Going for the base turret.
Oh, penalty zone. The next on towards 3. But Dixon, take a look at the HP. Taken out completely. Nile with the lock-in on towards Lanaya. Does not find the kill just yet, though. Base turret still stands. Luke caught in the base of Dewa United. Take a look at the favor. Luke, though, will be taken out. Good shutdown. Dewa United finds a win back, finally.
A small victory in what seems like the nightmare of Dewa United right now. 13 minutes in, they finally get a little bit of a trade back, a little bit of a shutdown onto Luke, which is quite important as look at the gold gap, 6,000 already. It's coming to almost a 10K as this gold distribution is important.
Wait.
What do we see here?
I mean, the gold distribution speaks for itself there. He's been getting a lot of the gold from that, but I'm sorry, I've just been bamboozled. I'm looking back at the screen. I don't know if we can get the items up right now, but is that a hybrid build for the Irithel? He has Divine Blade.
He has Divine
Fight.
Blade. Oh, what's this? Chidera finds the Lord. Dewa United, will they force a fight here? I don't know. Let's see, Shaco That's just one splash from a boy.
I need those items.
Exactly. Let's see here. Geek Fam, will they go for it here? I mean, Dewa United, they're hovering around, but it seems like they will not take the risk.
Could it be? Divine Glaive Irithel?
Can't understand it for now. I think it might be, I don't know if it's a mistake in the asset or if it's actually true, because he doesn't have just the Divine Glaive. Folks, Irithel has a Clock of Destiny as well.
Oh, it's
no,
a
it's a
GDS.
bug. It's a bug.
Okay.
All right, there you
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Yeah, behind us, there was a Clock of Destiny for him. That's why I was so confused. All right, there you go. I was about to say, like, is this a new meta or something? But no, all right, it's
Ooh,
basically the
that
same
kind of gave
build.
you a mini
Jeez.
heart attack, man.
You saw that too, right? I'm
Yeah,
not tripping.
I see it. I see it. Man, that would have been crazy. But what's crazy is now Geek Fam knocking in onto the base of Dewa United. And with so much going on, looks like Geek, Chidera, they're going in.
Yeah, with the help of Hardguard, they're trying to find the end. Let's see, the base wide open. Chidera taking out though. Lanaya finding what, but no follow-up damage just yet. Kicks in, trying to defend, trying to hold on, as it seems like it will be a double for Shaco. Good defense, Geek Fam. What the heck happened?
Great defense, wouldn't you say? 0 casualties. They were able to take 2 members down, and 2 of one of the most important ones, right? Nile and a Chidera. And that's going to hurt Geek Fam now, as Dewa United, they're going to try and take back what was stolen from them from that first minute of the game.
Definitely. I think, oh, wait a minute, a boy.
Oh, Lanaya moving in, flicker from a boy. Good ass for Lyco, revealing all the members that is upstanding. Geek Fam, 4,000 gold lead. A minute ago is 7. Geek Fam still holding on. It seems like the torn apart memory stolen from a boy will not mount to anything. But Dewa United Esports will have to be satisfied with just taking the inner and the mid.
The poke and the range. That's what Dewa United were able to utilize in that matchup. Chidera with a slight misposition gets bonked quite a bit by the magic damage, plus also that physical damage from Watt and Dixon, and he wasn't really able to survive it. So Geek Fam, I think at that point they were a bit too confident. They knew that they had a 7,000 gold lead and they wanted to use the most out of it. That's why they dove a little bit too deep. Next time, Chidera will be ready for these kinds of dives and these kinds of plays. Luckily for Geek Fam, I think we can see, oh, wait a minute, that's a Phantom Execution.
Poke on towards just a small HP there. It seems like Geek Fam here still holding the economy. 10 seconds to the next Lord. Both teams need to be very, very careful.
Yeah. Back to my point, luckily Chidera, when he was taken out, and also Nile, both of them didn't have bounties. The bounty is on a boy, so not a lot of shutdown gold given away to Dewa.
That's a 4K gold taken away from Geek Fam. Shaco?
Oh, Shaco circling Eagle. Hardguard will find it smart. It seems like Shaco now will be re-engaged, losing his immortality, and will be taken out. Watt, in the midst of it all, trying to hold on, and Shaco will be the first one to fall. Luke taking damage. A boy finds the monster, as it will be a collapse. Dewa United, it's a bang, bang, bang. Geek Fam finds 4.
Lanaya is the only one standing. There are lanes of pushing in that mid and this bottom lane. Could this be the very end for Dewa United?
Base wide open, one man against Geek Fam, and it seems like he will too fall. Losing immortality as a boy finds the godlike. Ladies and gentlemen, the pendulum swings to the Geeks for our opening game of the playoffs.
They gotta do it with style as well. A few mysterious men there. It's the winning moment.